So, Garden Fun has three parts, but because each is not very long, all three segments will be included in this one video. So, I hope you enjoy. Hello, this video is Gardening Fun. Might be Gardening Fun 1, because I might have a couple updates, so stay tuned. But let's go over what I've done. It's a pretty simple garden. I got rows of seeds, lettuce and onions. The lettuce is up because I put that in a while ago, but the onions just more recently. And then 14 tomato plants, and at the end here, someone else put in some nice flowers. So what I wanted to show you was something that was pretty simple to do. I mean, you have to bend over, and that's not fun, but you can sit down and pretty much do it. It's to get this hose. It's pretty much used for, outdoor sprinkler systems. You get them at the hardware store, this plastic hose. And I just got a standard length that went from down there all the way back to here, and then I clip it off here by bending it back on itself. And then there's an attachment to a garden hose. I'm going to change the hose, but at this point I'm just testing it out. And so for the, I guess you'd call this drip irrigation, I've got a system where I've got these soaker hoses where I attach them to this main hose. And I don't know if you can get a good look, but there's the attachment. You just poke a hole with a little device and put that in it and attach the soaker hose to it. And some of them run up and some run up and then back down again, but I think there's sufficient pressure to make it longer than this run I have here. But I've done some, maybe two lengths of this, 3, but we'll see how that works. But in any case, if you look real close, every 12 inches or so there's water seeping out. I have it turned off right now, but water seeps out of those holes there, and hopefully it'll feed this area throughout the summer. As far as the 12 plants here, tomato plants, if you look close, you can see it's wet around each one. I had it running a little bit earlier, and you can see how it nicely waters around the base of each plant. Now, what I've used is a little bit different device. It actually twists and lets me rotate the gallons per hour from, I don't know, maybe 1 to 5, or you can buy all kinds of these devices, and all you do is poke them in and put them in the hole. So it's actually a pretty easy system to set up. I mean, I just laid the hose down and just, except for sitting down and poking the hole, you can get a device that makes it easier to poke the hole, but I just have a little 50-cent poker, and it does the job. And once you fasten everything in, it even though the pressure is probably 50 pounds at my outlet, it's been holding together and not blowing out. But I plan to make some changes to this, especially over here where there's no water coming on these. They make a kind of like a sprinkler, I'd say, that hooks up to this hose. And so I've got a couple of those. I'm going to try that out. But tune in for Gardening Fun 2 to see if that works. Hopefully it will. But for now, this seems pretty successful. It's pretty cheap to do, and I'm not wasting water by, having the sprinkler just, evaporate half of the water, especially in these hot days in Peachtree. Okay, well, we'll see you in the next one. So this video is Gardening Fun 2. So the last time I showed you in Gardening Fun 1, the water was turned off. So I wanted to show you when the water is on how these plants are being watered. Now you can change the rate at which they are being watered. Sometimes the rate is on or off. So there'll be a little playing around here until I can figure out exactly how to regulate it so everything is watered evenly. I mean, I don't want the tomato plants to get watered more than the lettuce, or I don't want the lettuce to not get watered because I have too much water on the tomato plants. So that's a little fine tuning I have to do. But I wanted to show you a change that I made. Remember these flowers off the back side that someone put in? Well, I have added this tower, which is kind of hard to see, that distributes water 360 degrees. How about that? And I connected that up to this line with just this small line. And as you can see, it's doing a fairly good job. You can see the dark colored where it's been watered. And it's very light watering, so it can match up with the rest of the watering that's going on. And there were additional flowers planted down on this side. So to accommodate that, another one of these 360 degrees. Now there's a row of watermelon just prior to this first row of lettuce that you see. So there's some watermelon in front of it. So this will help take care of the watermelon. So that's the upgrade done so far. Pretty pleased with it. This is how I broke in to add the water to this little tower. So I've got a couple of more adjustments to make, but it's come along pretty nice. And I've got a surprise coming up, so stay tuned for Gardening Fun 3. So this is part 3 of Garden Fun. Now I told you I was going to add a couple of surprises, and one of them is this junction and a new hose, safety first with the mat, so this way I can water the backyard and still take care of the garden. But the other change is a Wi-Fi controlled device that I can turn on and off and program with my phone. Pretty nice. So that's it. We'll check back regularly to see how the garden is watering, how the lettuce and onions are doing, how the plants are individually being watered. So stay tuned for more updates.